Coach Prime will certainly have an incredible last memory of taking the field with his son.
Experience something again for the first time, what would it be? I'd probably say me and my fiance.
We have each other's passwords to everything. We don't hide. Even if we don't get on it, we know each other's passwords to literally everything.
I don't know your password.
You're lying.
This past week, Travis Hunter's personal life took a wild and unexpected turn, leaving fans in disbelief and sparking a whirlwind of drama. It all started when a shocking clip surfaced of his fiancée, Lyanna Lani, spilling some tea about their relationship. In the video, she casually revealed how Travis would often drive her to parties, waiting outside like a loyal puppy while she partied inside, doing, well, more than just enjoying the festivities. This snippet quickly raised eyebrows, as it painted a picture of a dynamic that many found off-putting. Then, just a few days later, the situation took a dramatic turn when some explosive receipts hit the internet. A photo and video were leaked, showing Lyanna getting incredibly cozy with another man. We're talking full-on twerking, booty grabs, and zero hesitation in her interactions with the guy. If that wasn't jaw-dropping enough, even more leaked text messages surfaced, revealing Lyanna openly flirting with another man, seemingly flaunting her disinterest in staying loyal to Travis while still engaged to him, just months away from their wedding. It quickly became apparent that Lyanna had been stepping out on their relationship, chasing attention from other guys while preparing for a wedding she wasn't fully invested in. The revelation sent shockwaves through social media, with fans shocked by the betrayal. But here's where the real plot twist unfolds. Travis Hunter, ever the champion and seemingly a step ahead, recognized the red flags early. He wasted no time in cutting ties with Lyanna, leaving her in the dust before she could even come up with an excuse. What was meant to be a fairy tale romance, complete with wedding plans, quickly turned into the ultimate breakup drama. The drama only escalated as Travis and Lyanna both pulled back from social media, fueling even more speculation about the future of their relationship. Fans began dissecting their past interactions, noticing how the power dynamic in their relationship seemed off. Many felt that Lyanna was calling all the shots, but not in a healthy, supportive way. Instead, it appeared that Travis was often relegated to the background, taking a passive role in what should have been a partnership built on mutual respect. Things took a particularly awkward turn at the Heisman Trophy ceremony on December 14th, when Travis received one of the biggest honors in college football. Instead of being by his side and celebrating his victory, Lyanna stayed seated, completely unfazed when his name was called. The moment seemed to solidify a growing tension between the two, with many fans pointing to this as the final straw in their relationship. Now, as the drama continues to unfold, fans are left divided, with some rallying behind Travis and others questioning Lyanna's loyalty. What was supposed to be a fairy tale engagement and wedding has quickly devolved into one of the most public and dramatic breakups in recent memory. It's clear that the relationship between Travis Hunter and Lyanna Lani has been anything but smooth sailing, and now the spotlight is on Travis as he moves forward with his life, while Lyanna's actions have left her to face the fallout. The entire saga has left fans wondering how long it will take before this chapter is fully closed.
24 Heisman Award goes to Travis Hunter.
Fans watching from home were quick to pick up on the tension, and they didn't hesitate to call out Lyanna on social media for what appeared to be a serious lack of respect and support during one of the biggest moments of Travis Hunter's career. His Heisman Trophy win should have been a shared celebration, but instead, Lyanna's apparent indifference raised a lot of eyebrows. It wasn't just an awkward moment. It triggered a wave of questions about whether she truly had Travis's back or if her priorities had shifted elsewhere. Fans began wondering if she was truly invested in their relationship, or if her focus was more on her own interests. Instead of addressing the growing backlash, Lyanna took to TikTok and went into full defense mode, posting several videos that seemed to deflect any responsibility for the situation. In a series of posts, she made it clear that, in her eyes, it wasn't about her behavior. It was about Travis and the issues she felt existed in their relationship. In an attempt to justify herself, Lyanna claimed that her actions at the Heisman ceremony were misinterpreted. She suggested that the way fans perceived her indifference wasn't an accurate reflection of her feelings toward Travis and his accomplishments. In one of her videos, she went as far as saying, "It's not me, it's you," implying that the issues between them ran deeper than what people were seeing on the surface. Rather than taking accountability for her actions, Lyanna seemed more focused on shifting blame, making it clear that she wasn't willing to apologize for how things had played out. This only added fuel to the fire, with fans accusing her of dodging responsibility and further solidifying the divide between her and Travis, as many began to question her true intentions in the relationship. Her defense only seemed to intensify the backlash, as viewers felt she was more concerned with preserving her image than being supportive of the man she was supposed to marry. What could have been an opportunity for her to clear the air only ended up making her seem more distant from Travis, who was left to handle the fallout from both the media and their fans. The drama continued to unfold, with Lyanna's online response making the already complicated situation even more tense.
When his name was called, I instantly was gonna, if you watch the video, you can see me like, but his mom didn't get up. So I was like, oh, maybe I don't get up, maybe I just sit here with her. So I decided.
Lyanna's attempt at defending herself on TikTok only seemed to make things worse, as many fans, including influencer Van, saw her explanation as nothing more than a convenient excuse, rather than offering a genuine reason for her behavior. Lyanna's response came off as a thinly veiled cop-out. Van, in particular, wasn't buying it and quickly expressed how unsatisfied she was with the explanation. She felt it lacked real accountability, and to her, it just seemed like Lyanna was trying to avoid facing the truth of her actions. But instead of backing down, Lyanna doubled down on her defense. Rather than addressing the valid concerns fans had raised, she dismissed the criticism outright. In a now infamous video, she called out her detractors as bird-brained individuals, accusing them of twisting the truth to fit their narrative. She seemed completely unwilling to acknowledge the possibility that her actions might have been out of line, and instead chose to paint herself as the victim of a smear campaign. This only served to alienate her further from fans, as her dismissive attitude came across as more combative than reflective. Instead of offering a sincere apology or taking responsibility, Lyanna's response appeared to be rooted in deflection and finger-pointing. Fans who had been hoping for some kind of resolution or clarity from her were left frustrated, feeling as though she wasn't even trying to understand why her behavior had been such a point of contention. The more she insisted that people were misunderstanding or deliberately misinterpreting her actions, the more it seemed like she was avoiding the real issue. Her choice to double down on the blame the fans approach did little to quell the growing backlash, and instead, it left many questioning her maturity and commitment to owning up to her mistakes. What started as an awkward situation quickly turned into a public relations disaster, and Lyanna's attempts to deflect and belittle her critics only deepened the divide between her and the public, as well as the one between her and Travis.
It was. No one told me to stand up. No one had to tell me to celebrate with him. I was just sitting there crying. I wanted to take it in myself too. I was super excited for him.
Lyanna's attempts to clear the air only seemed to create more confusion and doubt, as her defense came off as more of an excuse than an explanation. In one video, she claimed, "The things I see people make up are truly crazy because it's not what happened." But instead of clarifying the situation, she only managed to highlight more of her questionable behavior. One of the biggest eyebrow raisers was her candid admission about how she and Travis first started talking. She revealed that when Travis initially slid into her DMs, she ignored him for 2 months because he was in a relationship at the time. This was a detail that many fans felt was a red flag. However, instead of simply acknowledging the situation for what it was, Lyanna went on to say, "I'm not a homewrecker. I don't stand for any of those things. I support women. I would never do that to another woman because I would never want it done to me." This attempt at defending herself, though, only left fans even more confused. Why even engage with someone who was clearly in a relationship, let alone bring it up as part of your defense? It felt as though she was trying to present herself as a saint while still admitting to some very shady behavior, which many saw as a contradiction. What truly ticked off fans was how Lyanna seemed to be boasting about keeping Travis in her DMs. She made it sound like she had the upper hand in the situation, as if Travis was waiting around for her to finally decide to engage with him once he was single. For many, this felt off, like she was trying to position herself as the prize in the relationship, when in reality, Travis was the one with the star power, and her behavior was the one under scrutiny. This sentiment was echoed by influencer Maze, who called out Lyanna's tone, emphasizing that Travis was the one who should be seen as the prize in this relationship, not Lyanna. Maze pointed out how Lyanna's actions painted a picture of someone more focused on manipulating the situation to her benefit, rather than genuinely valuing the relationship. Fans couldn't help but feel that Lyanna was trying to portray herself in a positive light, while simultaneously downplaying her own role in some questionable decisions. Instead of clearing the air, her attempt at defense seemed to backfire, leaving her character in even more doubt.
Seeing him as a prize, she's seeing him as just a regular. And the best way to lose a king is to try to treat a king like a regular.
Lyanna's attempts to clear the air only seemed to create more confusion and doubt, as her defense came off as more of an excuse than an explanation. In one video, she claimed, "The things I see people make up are truly crazy because it's not what happened." But instead of clarifying the situation, she only managed to highlight more of her questionable behavior. One of the biggest eyebrow raisers was her candid admission about how she and Travis first started talking. She revealed that when Travis initially slid into her DMs, she ignored him for 2 months because he was in a relationship at the time. This was a detail that many fans felt was a red flag. However, instead of simply acknowledging the situation for what it was, Lyanna went on to say, "I'm not a homewrecker. I don't stand for any of those things. I support women. I would never do that to another woman because I would never want it done to me." This attempt at defending herself, though, only left fans even more confused. Why even engage with someone who was clearly in a relationship, let alone bring it up as part of your defense? It felt as though she was trying to present herself as a saint while still admitting to some very shady behavior, which many saw as a contradiction. What truly ticked off fans was how Lyanna seemed to be boasting about keeping Travis in her DMs. She made it sound like she had the upper hand in the situation, as if Travis was waiting around for her to finally decide to engage with him once he was single. For many, this felt off, like she was trying to position herself as the prize in the relationship, when in reality, Travis was the one with the star power, and her behavior was the one under scrutiny. This sentiment was echoed by influencer Maze, who called out Lyanna's tone, emphasizing that Travis was the one who should be seen as the prize in this relationship, not Lyanna. Maze pointed out how Lyanna's actions painted a picture of someone more focused on manipulating the situation to her benefit, rather than genuinely valuing the relationship. Fans couldn't help but feel that Lyanna was trying to portray herself in a positive light while simultaneously downplaying her own role in some questionable decisions. Instead of clearing the air, her attempt at defense seemed to backfire, leaving her character in even more doubt. Then came Lyanna's infamous comment about Travis not being her type, which sent fans into a frenzy. In yet another TikTok video, she attempted to clarify her statement, saying, "I did not mean attractiveness. I don't have a physical type, period. No 2 men that I previously dated looked the same. My first one was a white cowboy. The second was a Mexican soccer player. And then I dated a black man who's a SoundCloud rapper." The attempt to explain herself only raised more eyebrows, as fans were left questioning why she felt the need to list her exes when she was supposedly in love with her fiancé Travis. For many, it seemed like an unnecessary detour that only intensified the doubts about her true feelings for him. Why bring up a past relationship roster, especially when you're engaged to someone? It felt as though she was deflecting, as if she was trying to justify her comment by comparing Travis to other men she had been with. Fans began to wonder if she was more focused on her past relationships than the one she was currently in, and it did little to reassure people that her heart was fully invested in Travis. The situation only became more complicated when fans started analyzing various interactions between the couple, looking for any signs that might shed light on the true nature of their relationship. One example that caught the public's attention was a video from Hunter's last game at Colorado. After the game, Travis went to embrace Lyanna, but when he attempted to kiss her, she pulled away. she looked visibly uncomfortable, which led fans to speculate about the underlying tension between the two. The awkwardness of the moment stood in stark contrast to the idea of a happy, loving couple about to get married, further fueling rumors that something might be off between them. While it's important to remember that we only see a fraction of their relationship through public moments, these interactions, combined with Lyanna's seemingly contradictory comments, led fans to question her motives and her commitment to the relationship. The more that came to light, the more it seemed like there was a disconnect between what was being shown publicly and what was happening behind the scenes. The mix of awkward moments, puzzling statements, and questionable behavior only deepened the sense that things between Travis and Lyanna were more complicated than they appeared.
Coach Prime will certainly have an incredible last memory of taking the field with his son.
It seemed like Travis Hunter was beginning to realize what everyone else had been seeing all along. On December 15th, during a Twitch livestream, he addressed the growing backlash surrounding his relationship with fiancée Lyanna Lamie. While he tried to defend her, his words seemed more like an attempt to convince himself than anyone else. "Y'all hate on me, and then y'all go hate on my girl," he said, following up with, "If she's hurting, of course, I'm going to be hurting. If I'm hurting, of course, she's going to be hurting." However, fans weren't buying it. To them, Travis's comments felt like the final straw, showing a man caught in a situation that was becoming increasingly harder to justify. It was clear to many that the mounting backlash and Lyanna's repeated attempts to explain herself only dug a deeper hole. Most people believed it was only a matter of time before Travis would cut his losses and move on from the relationship. How could a star athlete like Travis continue to carry a relationship filled with so many red flags? While Travis's relationship with Lyanna seemed to be spiraling, his teammates were there to back him up. Recently, Colorado Buffaloes star Shedeur Sanders took to social media to express his frustration with the constant public scrutiny of Travis's personal life. In a tweet that seemed to address all the online comments about Hunter and Lyanna, Sanders told people to mind their business and suggested they talk to either of them directly instead of speculating online. "All y'all athletes, entertainers, artists, etc., if y'all genuinely trying to holla at Travis, y'all know how to get in touch with him or someone around him," Sanders wrote. "At this point, y'all just post him for the algorithm trying to look cool." But that wasn't all. The online drama surrounding Travis and Lyanna caught the attention of former NFL players Des Bryant and Nate Burleson, who weighed in on how the relationship could affect Travis's future in professional football. They both speculated that the public scrutiny could hurt his prospects. "I have no advice for Travis Hunter. I don't understand how somebody else can have advice about what he likes. This is what he likes. Y'all don't know what this lady is doing to him behind closed doors," Bryant said, defending Travis. Burleson added, "Yo, you know how she pleases him. Obviously, he's pleased. I've never seen grown athletes go to Twitter and talk about another player's relationship. I don't even know if Des has a girl, but like, come on Des, shut the asterisk cup. You don't know anything about relationships." The commentary from these former players seemed to echo a sentiment that Travis needed space to navigate his own relationship without the public jumping in. The reason so many were prying into Travis's business was because he had already made the decision to spend his life with Lyanna. The two had been planning their wedding, even settling on a date. Travis shared the news with Shedeur Sanders on Sanders' podcast, revealing that the wedding was scheduled for May 24, 2025, right around the time of the rookie minicamp in Chattanooga, Tennessee. "It's a good venue, bro," Travis told Sanders. Lyanna wanted to have a good venue for everybody. Travis and Lyanna once seemed like the perfect couple, with their love story having a fairy tale quality. The couple's journey started when they were teenagers, and according to reports, the Heisman Trophy winner slid into Lyanna's Instagram DMs back in 2022. Though she took her time responding, the two officially started dating in February 2022. By 2024, they were engaged, celebrating their love and growth together. At the time of their engagement, Lyanna shared an emotional post about how Travis was her motivation to fulfill God's plan for her, calling him her peace and solidarity. "You came into my life at the most unexpected time. I would constantly pray that God would give me a reason to keep moving forward so I can fulfill His plan for me. That He would give me motivation to continue, and you were His answer. You bring nothing but solidarity and peace into my life. You showed me how to properly be loved and even how to properly love. Because God knows I tainted the definition, she wrote. You are the most patient and passionate man I have ever met. No relationship is perfect, but we perfected the art of trying. We are living in our third state together now, and this is a life I wouldn't want to share with anyone else. You are the greatest friend and partner I have ever had. I love you sincerely and without limit. At that time, fans were all in, rooting for the couple who seemed to have it all, until things took a scandalous turn. Just this past Monday, old videos of Lyanna began circulating online, reigniting intense backlash and casting doubt on her past and her relationship with Travis. These clips, reportedly from 3 years ago, showed Lyanna in private moments with another man. While the footage wasn't recent, the timing was hard to ignore, as it overlapped with the early stages of her relationship with Travis. The release of these videos only added fuel to the fire, with fans questioning Lyanna's loyalty and motives as the cracks in her relationship with Travis continued to widen. What had once seemed like a picture-perfect romance was now clouded by scandals, online drama, and doubts about whether Travis and Lyanna were truly on the same page. As fans continued to speculate, it was becoming increasingly clear that Travis would have some major decisions to make about the future of his relationship and career. The resurfacing of intimate videos of Lyanna Lani only added more fuel to the fire, and the fallout was immediate. In one of the clips, Lyanna is seen attempting to conceal her face while wearing nothing but a t-shirt and panties. In another, she's lying in bed with a man, and the third shows her casually cooking a meal for him. These videos, while not recent, quickly spread like wildfire across social media, with fans eager to dissect the context and timing. Some argued that these moments predated her relationship with Travis, but others couldn't help but question the authenticity of their love story, given the footage's implications. The situation caused a major divide within the online community. Some fans urged Travis to reconsider the engagement, while others defended Lyanna, suggesting that her past should not define her future. However, regardless of the differing opinions, the timing of these revelations undeniably placed their relationship under intense scrutiny. Word quickly spread that this wasn't Lyanna's first time being involved with someone else while in a relationship. Allegedly, she had been in contact with another man while already dating Travis, creating a dramatic plot twist. While Travis had publicly stated that their relationship had spanned 5 years, conflicting reports made fans question the full timeline. Some claimed these suspicious messages dated back to 2020, while others argued they were as recent as 2022. Either way, the timeline of their romance was quickly becoming more and more unclear, leaving fans scratching their heads and questioning the legitimacy of everything. As always, social media wasted no time capitalizing on the drama. Rumors and accusations began flying faster than a quarterback's pass, with fans dissecting every shred of evidence available. The big questions on everyone's mind were whether Lyanna had been playing both sides and whether Travis knew about it. Or was this all just a massive misunderstanding? The internet couldn't seem to decide, but what was clear was that their relationship had hit rocky terrain. Meanwhile, Travis was stuck in the eye of the storm, trying to manage the fallout while keeping his focus on his football career. With a promising future ahead in the NFL, Travis had bigger things to concentrate on than dealing with Lyanna's messy past. But as the noise around his relationship grew louder, the pressure mounted. Everyone was watching, waiting to see how this love story, or scandal, would unfold. Travis, for his part, voiced his frustrations, saying, "They want me to be unhappy. It's draining for sure, but I don't even care no more." His words reflected the toll the public scrutiny was taking on him. But at the same time, his dedication to staying focused on his future in football seemed clear. What had once seemed like a strong and unshakable couple now felt like a public spectacle, with Travis preparing for a potential life-changing NFL career. Many began to wonder if his relationship drama would end in a victory or a complete failure, whether the love story would result in a touchdown or a fumble. The stakes had never been higher for both his personal life and his professional future. Adding to the complexity, Lyanna had previously given Travis an ultimatum that raised serious red flags about their relationship dynamics. In one conversation, Lyanna told him that if he wanted to pursue college, he would have to break up with her. "Go to college, go do your thing," she said, suggesting that he shouldn't hold back from the fun she herself had enjoyed during her college years. However, let's be real, this wasn't about being selfless. It seemed more about protecting herself from being cheated on while keeping her options open. Travis, ever the loyal guy, refused to break up with her, despite her clear signals. But then, in her own words, Lyanna told him to go do your thing and leave me alone, essentially giving him the freedom to explore, but only on her terms. When Travis didn't take the bait and chose to stay committed, Lyanna made it crystal clear that he couldn't backtrack, essentially locking him into the relationship. This moment alone was telling about the power dynamics at play. While Travis was trying to remain loyal and stay in the relationship, Lyanna seemed to be running the show, ensuring that she always held the upper hand. Her behavior suggested a need to control the narrative, while Travis tried to be the devoted partner. The situation became even murkier when Lyanna's ex-boyfriend decided to weigh in on the drama, adding more fuel to the already intense conversation. According to him, Lyanna was far from being a one-man woman in their past relationship. In fact, he claimed that she was seeing multiple men, sometimes 2 or even 3, while they were together. This revelation raised further questions about Lyanna's commitment and her past behavior, casting even more doubt on her relationship with Travis. With each new piece of information, the layers of their complicated relationship were peeled back, revealing more than fans bargained for. It was clear that Travis was facing an uphill battle, not just in managing the public fallout, but in reconciling his past relationship with Lyanna and his future in the NFL. As the drama continued to unfold, everyone was left wondering just how much longer the Heisman Trophy winner would stay in this controversial relationship. Would he eventually call it quits, or would he choose to fight through the chaos? Only time would tell. Whether this is fueled by jealousy or a genuine expose is hard to say, but the irony of it all is impossible to ignore. Lyanna Lani has long been outspoken about how cheaters aren't her type, and how loyalty and respect are non-negotiable in a relationship. If her ex's claims hold any truth though, it paints a pretty hypocritical picture for someone who prides herself on preaching fidelity. Fans are understandably eating this up, and now many are questioning whether Lyanna has been as picture-perfect as she claims to be. They point out that actions speak louder than words, and if her past behavior contradicts the values she preaches, it raises serious red flags. Is Lyanna just another do as I say, not as I do type of person? Or is her ex simply bitter, trying to stir the pot? Either way, the resurfacing of these claims adds another layer to an already chaotic situation, casting doubt on her reputation and the foundation of her relationship with Travis. Fans are now left wondering just how genuine Lyanna's commitment to Travis really is. One of the most glaring red flags in this entire saga revolves around something Lyanna herself said long before the drama truly exploded. She had claimed that she and Travis shared passwords, suggesting that they had a relationship built on openness and honesty. However, when she made that statement, Travis immediately denied knowing her password. Awkward, right? This moment should have raised eyebrows from the start. How could she claim to have this open and transparent relationship, only for Travis to deny such a basic level of trust? It's a stark contrast to the image of the perfect couple they once tried to project. The conflicting stories between what Lyanna claims and what Travis has said only serve to highlight the tension between them, and further muddy the waters for fans trying to make sense of the situation. If there was genuine openness and trust in their relationship, why would Travis deny knowing something as simple as a password? This moment of contradiction feels like the perfect metaphor for the dysfunction at the heart of their relationship, a relationship that, for all its public displays of affection, seems to have far more layers of deception and insecurity than anyone initially realized.
We were very young when we dated. It was still understood that me and her was to be mutually exclusive, meaning she doesn't see anybody else, I don't see anybody else. And me being a younger man at the time and not having the experience of fornicating with multiple women at the time, I actually believed her. So long story short, without getting my video demonetized, me and her were dating. We used to like to, hit the gas together, and she told me that she has this guy that gives it to her for...
Instead of addressing the glaring discrepancy between what she said and what Travis claimed, Lyanna went into full gaslighting mode, trying to spin the situation as if Travis was the one who misunderstood or was being unreasonable. This move felt incredibly telling. To me, that moment alone should have been enough to call it quits. If you can't even keep your story straight about something as basic as passwords, what does that say about the level of trust in the relationship? For fans, it was yet another example of the cracks in their so-called perfect union. This wasn't just a harmless misunderstanding. It was a textbook display of manipulation. It's clear that Travis deserved better than being caught up in a relationship where he couldn't even trust the most basic aspects of it. This kind of behavior should never be overlooked, especially in a relationship that's built on loyalty and mutual respect. So that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date with more videos like this. We'll keep bringing you the latest drama, and you won't want to miss what's coming next.